Here at Smith, it's super, super deep. There's not a whole lot of there is a lot of contour, but it's super vertical. It's really tight to the bank. There's not a lot of flat places.
You know, this is kind of a mountain lake. It's really, really deep. You know, most of the boat docks here are sitting out over 100 foot of water. You know, it's kind of one of those that has a lot of standing timber, lots of bait in it.
So all the spotted bass and several of the largemouth now appear to be nomadic. They chase all the herring around.
10, 11 o'clock, you know, the lake's gonna come alive with people. It's 4th of July weekend, so there's gonna be a ton of pleasure boaters and cruisers and, you know, people enjoying the lake. And the lake, unfortunately, is very skinny, so it's gonna make it pretty hard to fish, especially if you make the weekend.
If you could catch your good limit, you know, I think 13 pounds is the number. If you can get to 13 and then get settled in and go largemouth fish and get one bite and somehow bump yourself up to that 14 or 15 every day, you're gonna be dangerous.
Absolutely. I think it's gonna be 1 on 20 spotted bass. There will be a few big largemouth that like surprise people, or, I mean, there's 5 and 6 pound spots in this lake, like, a whole lot.
Long time no see for Smith Lake for the Bassmaster Elite Series. In fact, the Elite Series as we know it now has never been to this deepest lake in Alabama. But Steve Kennedy, one of the true veterans of the Bassmaster Elite Series, feels very much at home here. We pick him up on day number 2, looking for some wolf packs.
I caught them early, caught a limit early to settle me down, about 9 pounds out there, you know, with my active target. It was fun. But put that down, and then I had a 6-hour lull of throwing a big live bait around. But then I finally went in the right pocket, and I saw a big one that didn't hit, and then I saw another big one cruising and threw over there and caught a 2-4. There was like 3 of them up there. Oh, buddy! It's a big one. And no doubt about it, it's a big one. Oh, I may have 2. Look at all of them. Look at that. Are you kidding me? Did you see that? Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Hey, that is a stud. I saw him blast up there. I couldn't see him, dude. I could not see him. But I saw one pop up there against the bank. Dude, that's awesome. Did you see all that? I had no idea. I've never even fished this side, dude. Have not even made a cast on this side. And there's a wolf pack of, how many were there? 7 or 8?
What an incredible sight, Tommy. In the heat of the summer, when fish are supposed to be out deep, you can find magic up shallow, and Steve Kennedy did that. Had a competitive group fighting for his bait.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I got it. I got him. There's another one with him, too. Did you get any of that? You're the man. Holy smokes. Cool. Oh no, don't lose my bait. Dude, another 3 something. Let's give him a 3-4.
Very own, a 3-time Elite Series champion from Auburn, Alabama, Steve Kennedy. 13 pounds, 8 ounces. He moves into 3rd
Through
place.
2 days, Steve Kennedy was tracking with a chance to win this event, but Tommy, those Wolfpackers went away on day 3. Only 4 pounds and change dropped out of our top 10, and going into the final day, it's as close as it can get.
Absolutely. All the intelligence we had coming into this said this one will be decided by ounces. Look at the top of that leaderboard with Robert G on top. It's certainly looking that way. Bassmaster Elite on Smith Lake in Alabama is sponsored by Toyota, by Dakota Lithium, by Nitro Boats, and by Humminbird. Well, here we go, starting day number 4 competition already. Championship Sunday here, and it's the rookie, Robert G. from Knoxville, Tennessee on top. Taku Ito, though, very, very close behind, a man who loves this lake.
Absolutely, and Tommy, with the way we've seen these anglers fish over deep, deep water, these fish are hanging around big balls of bait, and honestly, it is ounces from being first or out of the top 10, so it's no shock that our top 3, Jay Przekurat, Robert G., and Taku Ito, are all within 3 ounces of each other.
Let's take a look now at Jay Przekurat. Came out as the Rookie of the Year in 2022. He's been in the top 10 in Angler of the Year points each and every year since, and he is having another great year in 24.
I'm feeling good about it. The strategy today is to hopefully catch those better than average size spotted bass. 2 3/4 pounder is a really big one out here right now. So if we can get 5 of those in the boat and then maybe get one of those, 3.5 to 4 pounders, I feel like I have a chance. So that's the plan for today. Going to be fishing as hard as I possibly can all day long. Hopefully making the most accurate casts at these roaming spotted bass. And at the end of the day, we'll see what happens. I really feel like everybody, kind of has a chance to win. So not feeling too much pressure, but at the same time, these opportunities don't come around very often. So trying to take advantage of it this time.
This one might be a little better. Yeah. It's got a little more tug. I think he's just a scrapper.
Yeah, not a bad one. I tell you what, we got a brief glimpse of his forward facing just a second ago when he hooked up, Ronnie, but that was remarkable. Take us through that.
Yeah, looking at his electronics, you can see his lure dropping down. He's in 50, 60 feet of water at least, down to the bait ball. The blueback herring, real pelagic, Tommy, and within those schools and groups of blueback herring, big returns, and those are spotted bass ready to ambush a careless blueback herring or Jay Przekurat's lure dropping down to them.
Another good one for Jay. 14-8 on day number 2 with his big day. He'll need to kind of get close to that today, I think.
This is a big one. Yes. Come on.
Really good one there for Jay Przekurat. Understandably hanging with that bait ball and that particular pack of spotted bass there. Good stuff from Jay Przekurat. Now here's a guy who's been super solid, not giving an inch through this tournament. Taku Ito, averaging just under 14 pounds. He loves everything about this lake, maybe even the hot weather that's going on.
Absolutely, Tommy. Anything to make you comfortable. This is around the 4th of July, heat of the summer, and it's a place that the Elite Series has never been. But Taku Ito says, hey, this reminds me of one of my home lakes in Japan. I feel very comfortable here. Yes. And of course, this style of fishing lends itself to a good event for Taku Ito.
I think it's pretty good one. It's good. Oh, yes. All right. It's back. Okay, number 2.
His attitude, everything tells us that this may be the most dangerous man on Smith Lake today. But also, giving him a run for the money is possibly the most dangerous man on the Bassmaster Elite Series this year. So if you threw out Wheeler from the last time around, it's Cory Johnston. He could double up here easy.
Honestly, we could have the same 4 or 5 guys for the last part of our season at Smith, Champlain, St. Lawrence. Cory, Jay, and Taku, all great with spotted bass, deep water fishing, and smallmouth in our next couple events.
And the
We're gonna grind it out in a few different areas where I think the bigger fish are. We're not gonna get as many bites today, but hopefully there's some quality fish, and we're not gonna have as much pressure either, which is key to get these big ones to bite. So, I don't know, we'll see what happens today. Anyone can win this thing.
You look at Taku, you look at Cory, they both got that look like, I'm in control here. I'm in charge. I love the way I'm set up, and as you pointed out earlier, Ronnie, he's fishing the deeper than anyone else in our top 10 today.
Over 85 to 100 feet of water, and Tommy's also caught big striper. That is a recipe here at Smith Lake. Spotted bass and striper, some of the biggest ones in the lake, will gather with each other over deep, deep water and timber around those blueback herring, and Cory's had to battle both, but that is something that's encouraging to him. If he needs to make up a little bit of gap, go around the big ones, even if it's less bites.
Look how close those top 6 are, but Robert G on top. We'll check in with him when we return. The Bassmaster Elite on Smith Lake in Alabama is sponsored by Progressive Insurance, by Ranger Boats, by Minn Kota, by Rapala, and by Yamaha. Final day action, Championship Sunday here in coal country in Alabama. And look at the man from Knoxville, Tennessee, Robert G, hanging on to that lead he started the day with, but so perilous. Everyone's so closely grouped.
So this week, basically, I've just been back there live scope fishing over really deep water the whole week, and the area I'm fishing it's probably like a mile or 2 mile stretch, and there's not a lot of bass in it, but they're all good quality bass. There we go. Barely hooked. There's like 7 of them with it. That's all I'm gonna do all day. I ain't worried. I know these live down here, and these are what's gonna help me win. They're all over 2 pounds, 2 to 4 pounders. And I knew if I had a shot at winning this, I could, you know, catch me some in there. 210. But yeah, basically I've just been sticking in an area where I know big ones live, and I'm not getting a lot of bites every day. Like today, I only caught like 9 or 10 fish down in that area. I can come back up here and get bit a lot easier and throw at a lot more fish, but I just know everyone I cast at down there is a tournament winning fish. So that's pretty much been my MO this week. I've just been casting at fish I know can win tournament, and a lot of them don't bite, but I'm stubborn and I want to win, and I just want to keep throwing at big ones instead of throwing at fish. This might be a big one. Oh no, it looked kind of big. Come here. There we go. The old juice jig.
Robert G, Cory Johnston, Taku Ito, Przekurat, they're all fishing over deep, deep water. But Tommy, Justin Hamner from Alabama, he chose a lot shallower water this week, 20 feet and less it seems, and he did so with different tactics. Not a spinning rod, but a big spoon.
Yes, sir. There's number 1. That's the earliest I've had a spoon bite all week. It could go down today.
See that big ball of fire up there? Yeah!
Smells like fish.
It smells like fish. I like fish. Top tender.
Justin Hamner, of course, one of the big stories of the year based on his win at the Bassmaster Classic, but also so anxious to get here. I don't know if he knew another reason he should be excited about Smith Lake, because he has, as we look at our Progressive Angler of the Year leaderboard, taken over the lead from Trey McKinney, who's been in charge pretty much since the jump in 24.
And I'd say Trey did most of his job this week, Tommy. Going into the day 2 weigh-in, he had one of the highest weights on Bass Track. He was going to be in our top 5. He had the biggest bag on day 2, Tommy, but answered a phone call because he forgot his check-in, showed up late to weigh-in, got his weight DQ'd, and as a result, he is now trailing AOY.
The Bassmaster Elite at Smith Lake in Alabama is sponsored by Bass Pro Shops, by Mercury, by Power Pole, and by Skeeter Boats.
I stay 8 months US and 4 months go back Japan. Always my family stay in Japan. I have a wife and 2 kids, but always I'm around and driving everywhere. So many lakes and pre-practice every day. So it's hard. But my dream is a US tournament. My dream is a Bassmaster Elite. It's very happy for me. And my wife and my kids always watching the Bassmaster live. If I win Smith Lake, it's very, very, very big event for me because this condition, it's 100% Taku time.
100% Taku time. That is a bold, bold assertion there, but pretty much backed up by the facts. Taku has been super consistent here, still very, very dangerous, just lurking behind our leaders still. Later on day number 4, Robert G. Robert G knows, I'm sure he knows, that he's going to have to catch him have his best day yet if he wants to hang on to that lead and finish as the man on top. Get his first elite win.
Not as big as I thought, but he is fat. Look how fat he is. 2-pounder. He culls a little bit. Culls out number 2.
To get the belly pat from Robert G, you're likely going to join the team, as they say, and that one does. He culls with that one. Everything you can cull up with in the afternoon's very, very important. Ronnie, you figured the big largemouth in the morning, the spots in the afternoon, kind of.
Absolutely, and those guys have been catching that 12 pounds, but it needs to be 13 to 14 pounds to win today.
Oh my gosh, giant spots.
Oh my God.
6-pounder.
Really?
Yes, yes, yes.
Come on, Taku.
Oh my God, it's giant.
Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
Giant spot. Giant spot. Very huge.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
My gosh.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Woo! Oh my God. Holy
My
cow.
God.
Wait. Holy.
Oh!
Dude, that's a 6-pounder.
Yes,
At least.
eating bream.
Oh, it
Eating
has
the
a
bream,
It has
yes.
bluegill in its mouth.
Wow!
Wow.
Yes!
Oh my God, Taku. Holy cow.
Ronnie, in this year of 2024, I'm getting a little tired of saying the word unicorn, but maybe you can come up with a better word, because I can't.
I think Taku time and unicorn are the 2 things we need to be saying at the end of Smith. We said maybe a 5-pounder would show up, and a 5-pounder does show up, Tommy.
Let's get ready to weigh him! His infectious childlike excitement is loved all across the country. He came to America chasing the Bassmaster dream, and he is now a 4-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier. He's a member of the Bassmaster Century Club. He's an Elite Series champion, and Smith Lake is his favorite lake in the country. From Japan, get loud for Taku Ito! 16 pounds, 9 ounces. The Crush City Monster bag of the tournament. And with 58 pounds even, Takumi Ito is leading this event with an absolute spotopotamus, ladies and gentlemen. You have dreamed of this your whole life. You are one angler away from becoming a two-time Bassmaster Elite Series champion. What does that mean to you?
Oh, so last guy, right? Yeah. Oh, very, very nervous.
Let's roll through our final angler. He's your day 3 leader. He is a Bassmaster Elite Series rookie. Finished 3rd place in his first ever Elite Series event. Led this going out this morning from Knoxville, Tennessee. Get loud for Robert G. Looking for 16.8. He's got 5 fish here on Championship Sunday. 12 pounds, 6 ounces with 53 pounds, 15 ounces. Takumi Ito is a 2-time Bassmaster Elite Series champion. Big bass, big stage, big dreams, and Takumi Ito weighs into a song called Smallmouth Disneyland. You might have to change that to Spotted Bass Disneyland. The TNT fireworks of Bassmaster Elite on Smith Lake belong to Takumi Ito! Takumi Ito dominates the TNT fireworks of Bassmaster Elite on Smith Lake. And Takumi Ito is a 2-time Bassmaster Elite Series champion.
What an ending. The biggest limit of the tournament at 16 pounds and 9 ounces, including that giant spotted bass. Ronnie, last-minute heroics, I mean, to the nth degree.
It was gonna be a nail-biter because of how close the weights were, Tommy. It became a nail-biter because of how big his fish was and the limit on the final day for Taku Ito. We've seen him win up in New York on smallmouth. He has now won in Alabama on spotted bass.
Victory number 2 in his 5th year with the Elites, Taku Ito.